Hello, I welcome you to today's lesson. My name is Paul Williams Ofori. Today we have science. We are going to look at something that we use every day in the house, but we are not even aware of. And what is it? Let's look on the board. Our lesson, or the topic for today's lesson, is an electric circuit and functions of its components. Let me take it again. An electric circuit and functions of its components. So we are going to look at electric circuits, the parts that comes together to form electric circuits. They are the components, and all the parts, they have their roles, they have their functions. So we are going to look at the functions of each component, each part of the circuit. So that is what you are going to do today. Pay attention. I'm expecting you to know this thing, what an electric circuit is, the components of an electric circuit, and then the functions of the components. That is what I expect you to know after this lesson. So pay attention. I know you will get it easy, you understand it easily. Just pay attention and let's move on. So these are the keywords. The first one is insulator. Insulator. So insulator is a material. This material does not allow electricity to pass through it. It does not allow heat to pass through it. So any material that doesn't allow electricity to pass through it is an insulator. The next word is battery. Battery. So in an electric circuit, the source of energy is battery. So battery is a source of energy for electric circuits. The next one is switch. Switch too is another part or component of the circuit. The switch controls the circuit. It allows the bulb to be on and also prevents the bulb from lighting up. Okay. The next one is components. Component. So components is the same as parts. Parts. So components of an electric circuit, parts of an electric circuit, but this one is just one component. Okay. The next one is incomplete. Incomplete. So if you arrange all the parts of an electric circuit and they are all connected, we say the circuit is complete. But if all the parts are not connected, we say it is incomplete. Incomplete. Okay, so let's move on and see. But remember that you have practicals. You have practicals. After everything, I'll show you how the whole thing is arranged, the functions of it. So pay attention. Okay. So electricity is very important in our lives. We generate electricity and use it to produce lights, iron clothes, and perform other activities. In our previous lessons or in our previous classes, we learned about electric circuits. The electric circuit is a complete path through which electric current flows. The electricity that passes through an electric circuit is called electric current. This means that without electric current, the circuit will not function. So we are saying that electric circuit is a path through which electricity or electric current flows. So the path through which electric current flows is what we call the electric circuit. You should understand it. Okay, and we also mentioned that we have electric current. That is what the electricity that passes through the circuit. The electricity that passes through the circuit is what we call the electric current. So without the electric current, the electric circuit has no function to play. Okay, so we are going to look at the electric circuit, the component of the electric circuit. Okay, I've explained to you that the electric circuit is the path through which electric current flows. And we have seen that the electric circuit has different parts. These parts come together. So what are the parts? The name of the parts, another term for the part is the components. So what are they? Let's look at the components of the electric circuits. The components are here. So let's try to identify these ones first. So this that you see here is an electric circuit. It's an what? Electric circuit. What are the things that you can find here? Yes, I can see, what do you see here? Bulb. So bulb is one of the components of an electric circuit. What do you see here? This is wire. This is wire. Wire 2 is another component of an electric circuit. Then what do you see here? This is what? Battery. This is battery. It's also a component. And this one here is switch. It's also a component. So let's identify the components. Wire, battery, bulb, switch. How many are they? 4. So the electric wire is 1, battery is 2, bulb is 3, and then switch is what? 4. The switch is also called key. Remember, the switch is also called key. The bulb here, we can use LED, light emitting diode, here. And here too we have battery. We can also use dry cell. Okay, so let's move on. The parts of the electric circuit are also called the components. The basic components of an electric circuit are the battery or dry cell, we have bulb, we have connecting wire, and switch or key. So switch or key, the same thing. If you don't want to write switch, you can write key. And then we have connecting wire. Battery, dry cell, they perform the same function. Okay, and then we have bulb here. Now let's continue. So the first one that we are looking at is the battery. Every electric circuit has battery. So it is a source of electrical energy for the circuit. So all electric circuits, what they use or where they get their energy from is the battery. So the battery is a source of energy for the circuits. Now let's look at something about battery. A battery has two ends, which are the positive and the negative. We can use dry cells to supply electrical energy in a simple electric circuit. The difference between a dry cell and a battery are that 1. A battery can supply power for a longer period of time than a dry cell. 2 or more connected dry cells make a battery. Then the last one, a dry cell is a single unit, but a battery is a group of cells. So you should know that dry cell or battery, they perform the same function in the circuit, but there is difference, or there are differences between them. One of them is that a battery can supply power for a longer period of time than a dry cell. 2 or more connected dry cells make a battery. So one battery is just what? 2 or more what? Dry cells. So if you have 2 or more dry cells and you put them together, it forms what? A battery. Okay, and then the last one, a dry cell is a single unit, but a battery is a group of cells. So every battery is a group of cells, but dry cell is just one. Okay, remember the functions of a battery. The function of a battery is what? To supply energy, electrical energy for the circuits. The electrical energy for the circuit is from the battery. It's a source of energy. Okay. The next one is connecting wire. So these are the wires. What is the function of the wire? They carry electric current from all components of the electric circuit. So it carries the electric current. So the current can move from one point to another through the connecting wires. Okay, so connecting wires are made of metals. Usually, metals allow electric currents or electricity to pass through them. They are always covered with insulators to prevent electric shock. So you see, all electric connecting wires are made of metals, but we cover them with rubbers, with materials that will prevent us from electric shock. Those materials are what we call the insulators. Insulators are materials that do not allow electricity to pass through them. Okay, so if you look at this, have you seen this side? These are the metal side, but they are all covered. They are all covered with something. What is used to cover them is what we call the insulators. Because these plastic or rubbers, they are insulators because electricity cannot pass through them. If electricity passes through them, you hold it and you'll be shocked. For us not to get this electric shock, we cover the connecting wires with rubbers, with insulators. Okay, so we have seen the first one, the bulb, then we have seen the battery. The second one is what? Connecting wire. The next one, bulb or LED. So it is a component that converts or changes electrical energy into light. So in the circuit, where we get light is the bulb. The bulb changes the electrical energy to light energy. Okay, now LED stands for light emitting diode. The difference between bulbs and LED is that LEDs use a small amount of electricity, unlike bulbs. Also, LEDs produce very little heat, but bulbs produce a lot of heat. During Christmas, trees and places are decorated with different colors of light. This light is from LED. In our classrooms, streets and homes, bulbs are used instead of LEDs. So let me show you this. This is a bulb and this is what? LED, or these are LEDs. Very good. So if you have this and you have this, what you should know is that the light that this can produce is more than this. So this one uses more energy than this. That is why in our rooms, in the classroom, we don't use this. These ones, they don't use enough energy. They don't produce lights like this one. They don't produce brighter light like this one. Okay, so this is LED. This is what? Bulb. We see this mostly during Christmas time, and you see them, they use it to decorate places, trees, houses, and I mean, even if you go to Accra during Christmas time, the interchanges, the way they use LED to decorate the trees and other things, just to make the place look good and nice. So these two, their function is to produce light. Their function is to produce light. That is what you should know. Let's come to the next one, switch or key. It is the component used to control the flow of electric current. When the switch is open, that is turned off, electric current cannot flow through the circuit for the bulb or the LED to produce light. When the switch is closed, that is turned on, electric current flows through all the components for the bulb or the LED to produce light. A circuit is complete when the switch is closed, that is on. A circuit is incomplete when the switch is open or off. So the switch controls the entire circuit. It allows the bulb to produce light and it stops the bulb from producing light. So when the switch is open, it means there is a gap. It is not complete. In that case, no light will be produced by the bulb. But if the switch is closed, meaning it is complete, the bulb will produce light. Okay, so that is what you should know. Now we have seen the components. We have seen the components of an electric circuit. How many did you mention? We have mentioned 4. We have seen battery, connecting wire, bulb, and then switch. These are the 4 components, the 4 basic components of an electric circuit. That is what you should know. Now let's go to the board once again and let me show you something. So if you are asked to draw a simple electric circuit and show the components, so these are the components. The components are battery. I hope you know the function of battery in a circuit. we have bulb, we have connecting wires, and then we have switch. What is the other name for switch? It is what? Key. Okay, so these are the basic components of an electric circuit. And how do we get our circuits? By arranging this. So you get your battery here. You get your battery here. The next one is bulb. So you have your bulb. And then the next one is connecting wire. But before that, let's have our switch. So this is our switch. Now the next thing that we do is to use the connecting wire to connect all of them. So this is the connecting wire. Let me change the color. So this is the wire connected to this side. The same wire comes to this side, and then this also comes to this side. Okay, so these are the components. This is wire, battery, bulb, and then switch. We have our switch here. We have our wire here. We have our battery here. So these are the components. You know the function of the bulb. The bulb converts the electrical current or energy into light. So the bulb produces light. The battery supplies energy, electrical energy for the circuits. The connecting wires carries the energy to all parts of the circuit, and then the switch turns on or it turns off the circuit or the bulb here. Okay, so these are the components and their functions. Let's look at the practical aspects of it. So welcome to the practical aspects. We are coming to look at the components of an electric circuit. We have learned it. We said that the components are battery or batteries. We have this as our connecting wire. We have this as our bulb and this as our switch. So they are four. These are the main components of an electric circuit. Okay, so now let's look at how to arrange them to produce lights. So first you fix your batteries. You fix your batteries here. Make sure you fix it well. Okay, now after that, this is our bulb. Let's connect it. So it is fixed. This is our switch. Let's connect it. This is our connecting wire. Let's get it connected here. So you see all the four components are connected. Now, what's the function of each of them? So the battery, that's the powerhouse, a source of energy for the entire circuit. This is what we call circuits. So the battery will give energy or will supply energy to the circuit. Now this is a switch. If you look at it well, this side, have you seen this space here? So it means that if you turn it, we push it back, it means you have turned it off, and because of that there will be space here. It will be an open circuit. In that case, it will not produce any light, but if you close it, it will produce light. I don't want to close it now. Let's look at the other functions of the components. So this one is a connecting wire, so it carries energy from one point to another, from one component to another component. So energy from here will pass through here. The connecting wire will transfer the energy or carry the energy to this side. This is the bulb. This is the bulb. So the bulb to convert the energy from the battery into light. The bulb convert the electrical energy into light. So that is what you should know about circuits. We have seen the 4 components: battery, this is the switch or the key, we have connecting wire, and we have here the bulb. So these are the basic components and their functions. Now, because the switch is open, there is no light here. A circuit that is open means that all the parts are not fully connected. So if you look at this, though the parts are connected, but because the switch is open, there is a gap. So we say this circuit is open. This circuit is incomplete. This circuit is incomplete, or it is open. Now, let's close it and see. I have closed the gap, meaning I have turned the switch on. So if you look at the switch, let me show you. This is on, this is off. So I've pushed it to the side that we have on. And let's look at what has happened to the bulb. Can you see? Yes, so the bulb is on. Let me turn it off. You see the bulb is off. So the switch controls the circuit. You turn it on, you see light. You turn it off, the light will go. You turn it on, you see light. So this means that the circuit is complete. It's a closed circuit. There is no gap. It is complete one. All the parts are connected. That is why we see the bulb. But if you off it, it means it is open. It is open. An open circuit do not or does not produce any light. So we say the circuit is open or is incomplete. When it is closed, it is complete. So this is how light is produced. These are the components. Okay, so if I ask you questions about this, you should be able to tell me. You see the lights? This is the lights. Okay, so let's go back to the board, but let me off it. Okay, let's go back to the board. Okay, so welcome back. We have seen how the components are arranged. We have seen the functions of the components, and we have also seen the 4 main components. Okay, so I believe from today onwards, if you are asked to mention the components, the main components of an electric circuit, you'll be able to do that. And you'll be able to explain or give the functions, state the functions of each of the components. So that is what you have learned today, and I believe you've understood everything. Now let's look at the exercises. So exercise 1 is here, 5 questions. We have exercise 2, 5 questions. Exercise 3 is here. We have exercise 4. Then we have home assignments. Exercise 5 is here, home assignment 1, home assignment 2. So this is what you are doing as your exercises, and then your home assignment. 2 home assignments, and then we have 5 exercises. They are simple, straightforward, but very tricky, so you have to take your time, read and understand it before you answer. I believe you have enjoyed the lesson. If there is something that you want to ask, you can call or WhatsApp. Please WhatsApp rather. WhatsApp me, use the number here. If you have questions, do that. If you don't understand anything and you want to go to your teachers, feel free and go there. they are ready for you. Your parents too are ready for you. Go there, ask your questions, they will help you. Okay, so we have science textbook. The title is Kukromoti series. This book is very good. It comes with video lesson. So if you buy it, we have a QR code for each topic, for each indicator. So you scan and then you have access to the video, you watch it. You can watch the video before you read the book, or you read the book and then after that you watch the video, so that the video will explain things to you, the things that maybe you find difficult to understand in the text. After watching the video, you'll be okay. So that is what we are doing, and I believe you are going to enjoy the book. So now, apart from science, we have Asantechi, we have Ekuakumchi. All the books are good. Please get copies for yourself, get copies for your kids, your loved ones, and your schools. Yes, you can buy for schools so that they can also have full benefits from the book. My name is Paul Williams Ofori. Thanks so much for your time. Bye-bye.